Good afternoon. We're just going to give folks a moment to enter from the waiting room and connect to audio. As a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please remain on mute unless or until you are appearing or testifying before the entertainment division. Good afternoon. This is an administrative hearing before the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing. Today is Monday, April 10th, 2023. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to certain temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. This hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. We are joined today by the Executive Director of the Mayor's Office of Consumer Affairs and Licensing, Kathleen Joyce, and Director of Operations, Rebecca Fu. I'll read each item on this afternoon's agenda in the order that it appears. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the licensee. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department, after which I will swear in all parties. The police report will then be read into the record, followed by a statement by the licensee or their representative, and questions from the Executive Director and Director of Operations. All testimony will be limited only to those with first-hand personal knowledge of the alleged incident. Begin with the first item on this afternoon's agenda. Calling 1928 Beacon Hill LLC, doing business as 1928 Beacon Hill, located at 97 Mount Vernon Street. Date of the incident, March 9th, 2023. Live entertainment taking place without a license. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
My name is William Richards. I'm the attorney for the restaurant, and the licensee, Kristen Jenkins, is also present.
I'm here, yes.
Great, thank you. We see you and hear you just fine. And who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department?
Sergeant Detective William Gallagher.
Thank you. And are there any other individuals with first-hand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify this afternoon?
Detective Hernandez is needed.
Thank you. Can all who are planning to testify please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
We do.
Thank you. Sergeant Detective Gallagher, if you could please proceed with reading the police report into the record.
Yes, on 3/9/2023 at 10:21 p.m. Sergeant Detective William Gallagher, Detective Eddie Hernandez, assigned to the licensed premise unit, conducted a licensed premise inspection of 1928 Beacon Hill at 97 Mount Vernon Street. Inside the premise, detectives observed the male singing into a microphone while playing an amplified guitar in front of patrons sitting in the lounge area. Detectives observed 1928 Beacon Hill to only possess a non-live entertainment license number CAL 462963. This was brought to the attention of the person in charge, Kristen Jenkins, who stated that she had forgotten to get a one-timer and the event was for a birthday party. As detectives continued their inspection, they observed the rear fire exit blocked by a table and chairs. This was also brought to the attention of staff, who quickly rectified the situation. As a result, what was observed, Sergeant Gallagher issued license premise inspection notice number 060181 to 1928 Beacon Hill for live entertainment taking place with one blocked fire exit. Ms. Kristen Jenkins signed for and accepted the notice. We do have a picture of the fire exit in question if the board wants to discuss that as well. And those are the facts.
Thank you very much. Attorney Richards, would you like to address the alleged incident?
Yes. First of all, 1928 is a high-end Beacon Hill restaurant at 97 Mount Vernon Street. And first and foremost, they wish to apologize to the City of Boston. They made a mistake on Thursday, March 9th, 2023. Did not have a live entertainment license for that evening. On that evening, the restaurant had John, a well-known person in the Beacon Hill neighborhood, who sings Frank Sinatra songs, in with a microphone and a music box. I did not understand there was a guitar. I see it in the police just stated so. I didn't know he played the guitar, singing on a microphone. It was someone's birthday. Again, they did so without a live entertainment license for the day. Again, 1928 is a restaurant. It's not a music venue. They do not have they have a non-live music license just for background music. They have no plans to have John or anyone else ever sing at the restaurant again. They will not be seeking a live entertainment license anytime in the future because they do not plan on ever having live entertainment again at the restaurant. Because that is so, we do not expect this issue to be a recurring problem for the city or for the restaurant. With respect to the second issue, the rear fire exit, again, there's a photograph of a table coming out in obstructing fire exit about that much, a certain number of probably, certain number of inches, and a chair. As the police stated, that was rectified immediately when it was brought to the attention of the owner. And the owner will be giving the management staff at the restaurant will be giving prompt attention to that each night to make sure that the fire exit is not obstructed in any way again.
Thank you, Attorney Richards. Executive Director Joyce, do you have any questions for the licensee or for the officers?
I do. Sergeant Gallagher, what made you stop by and do the inspection this night? Was there a complaint?
Not this evening. It was just a regular inspection. We have fielded complaints in the past, and we've gone by. Some residents claim that sometimes it's too loud. We did not find it too loud that evening, but we did find the live entertainment taking place.
Okay. Ms. Jenkins, have you applied for one-day live entertainment applications before?
Have, and it was a miscommunication because Avery, who works for me, Avery sells, he's the one that would go and apply for them. I thought he had not. There was no guitar, I can tell you that. It was a birthday party, so John was there sort of like commentating, and he had a little speaker and a microphone. Did sing a couple songs. I admit I was wrong. I thought Avery had gotten
right now.
not.
On
Sorry.
the iPad.
Breaking up.
Can you mute? Okay.
Can you hear me?
We
Yep.
can hear you. Sorry about that. Someone else had not muted themselves.
So I was at fault. I will not be applying for any more. I'm just saying no from now on. Whenever anyone wants a microphone or has an event, I'm just going to say no because I don't want to upset anyone. As far as the table goes, I fully respect. I don't want to break any laws or have any fire issues or whatever. But I just want to say in my defense a little bit, it was not blocked. Just the table was pushed too far over. So I would never completely block a fire exit. But again, there wasn't enough inches. I totally understand. I wasn't aware, but it won't happen again.
Okay. Just to note for your information, we do for pulling a one-day live entertainment application, we state that there is a 2-week deadline, but should something come up at the last minute, we do make exceptions in case that is helpful to your business plan moving forward. I know you said that you're not planning on seeking them, but even if it's a last minute thing and you do plan on seeking them, we want you to apply for the license. We want to be aware of what's going on. We want to make sure the police are aware of what's going on in case we get complaints from neighbors. We know exactly what you're doing that night. So I know you say you're not going to do it again. You'll just say no, but don't let the 2-week deadline be the reason why you don't pull a license. We'd rather help you pull something off like that at the last minute than have you have an event without a license.
I appreciate that. I wasn't aware of that. There are a few neighbors who I could breathe the wrong way and it's a witch hunt. So I'm trying to do the best I can. I promise you that.
Okay. And how long have you been open at this location?
Almost a year and a half.
Okay, and the manager that's there, how often is the manager there during the week?
It's supposed to be like 6 days a week, but it's sometimes changes.
Okay.
They're off, but so we always make sure that someone is there
Okay.
that can handle situations that
Okay, and Sergeant Gallagher, were they cooperative?
Yes,
Okay. And then I'm not sure what you do operations wise when neighbors do complain about noise. I suggest you give the neighbors a 24-hour contact number so that you can respond in real time if someone is complaining that background music or live music is too loud.
I have. It's not unfortunately yeah, I've certainly done that. I did that from the very beginning, but they're just extremely angry and I'm you know,
Okay,
tried everything. I really have.
If I can add one thing, the restaurant that was there before was sort of a sleepy restaurant. And this restaurant is just a busier restaurant. So I think it's taking some of the neighbors time to get used to that. With just more people coming into the restaurant. I live in the Beacon Hill neighborhood. I'm very familiar with the neighbors and the residents in the area, so.
okay. Rebecca, before I move on, do you have any other questions that I may have missed?
I do not, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anything further from Executive Director Joyce or from the licensee? The
No,
Entertainment Division will take this matter under advisement and will issue a written decision. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate the help.
Thank you. Calling Inshallah Inc., doing business as Crave, located at 128 Brighton Ave. Date of the incident, March 24th, 2023. Live entertainment taking place without a license. Who is present on behalf of the licensee?
Susan Chang.
Thank you, Ms. Chang. And who is present on behalf of the Boston Police Department?
I am.
Thank you, Detective Hernandez. Are there any other individuals with firsthand knowledge of the alleged incident who wish to testify this afternoon?
Sergeant Detective William Gallagher, if need be.
Thank you. Can you all please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
I do.
Thank you. Detective Hernandez, if you could please read the police report into the record.
Good afternoon. I'll be reading from police report, which Sergeant Detective Gallagher wrote. On 3/24/2023 at about 11:25 p.m., Sergeant Detective William Gallagher and Detective Eddie Hernandez assigned to the licensed premise unit conducted licensed premise inspection of Crave Alston at 128 Brighton Ave. Inside the premise, detectives observed a disc jockey to be operating in front of the patrons. Detectives were unable to locate a one-time entertainment license necessary for this type of live entertainment. Crave Alston's annual entertainment license not cover live entertainment such as a disc jockey. Detectives spoke to the manager, Susan Chen, about their observations. Detectives instructed Ms. Chen to allow the music to continue, but without the presence of a DJ. As a result of what was observed, Sergeant Detective Gallagher issued license premise inspector notice 027341 to Crave Alston for premise providing live entertainment DJ without board approval. Ms. Susan Chen signed for and accepted the notice, and we did include a picture of the actual DJ there behind his computers and speakers.
Thank you, Detective. Ms. Chang, would you like to address the alleged incident?
We went ahead and did that because we had been issued one-day licenses from Awilda Reyes, I believe, on a monthly basis. And then from the last incident, I had a conversation with Mr. Danny Green saying that we would no longer be issued anymore until our next hearing, which happened back in March 7th. So end of February would be the last one would be issued. So then we waited until the hearing to see what would happen. I already told all the promoters, everyone that we were working with, because our venue only opens for takeout, and we rely on these entertainment in order to go ahead and pay the back rent that we've owed our landlords. And our deadline is this June for us to go ahead and pay, and they have our license as on a lien, where we rely heavily on these, but we waited until the hearing. So 1 week, 2 weeks, this was the third week, and promoters were getting really impatient. We needed to go ahead and make some sort of payment for our rent, which we paid twice a month. And it was a difficult situation where I was in, where I felt like I had to, in order to come up with it for that night, because the promoter said that they had a special like DJ on that were coming in. He already sold like a lot of tickets and everything. So I felt I had to in order to make it work. And yeah, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Ms. Chang. Executive Director Joyce, any questions?
so just to clarify, you were using a promoter that night?
Yeah.
Okay, again, even
we
if it's,
We don't get anything off of the sales when they sell tickets or anything. All we rely on is selling the alcohol. But when they have so many choices and they're telling you it's like, oh, they're gonna drop us. If and it was because I already told that was like 1 week, 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. Like, if we could just sell alcohol regularly, we would. But then as soon as Detective Gallagher told us, oh, you can have music, it's just, you know, don't use it with a DJ. So then even when the detectives came in, like I had to go and tell the promoters, I'm like, we can't do this. Can you just have him set on a playlist? Like he can stand around, like I'll cover all his drinks that night. You know, can he just mingle with guests? Because the people just came in to see him, you know? Like
Okay.
I had to pivot around the situation so the crowd wouldn't leave.
Okay, I think we've had this discussion before with you. It's almost this exact same discussion. I'm just gonna say we're here to work with you. We're not here to be, you know, punitive and to be even more punitive. I know you have rent to pay and you're trying to make ends meet, but if you don't inform us, we can't help you. You're gonna appear before us again. And you may lose your license and your ability
We
to
have a
open.
neighborhood meeting that's coming for the month on the 25th. So like finally things are like moving along, the neighborhood meeting within Alston. So we have that coming up on the 25th.
Okay,
Yeah.
but even, I mean, you know my staff, you know Wilda, you
Yeah.
know Danny, you've been before us many times. If you should call us and talk to us about a situation like this and not just do it without permission and hope to not get caught.
We also thought that after the hearing on the 7th, that there was going to be a vote upon what the ruling would have been. And if my understanding was that it would continue at least get 1 day a week, two, you know,
Yeah,
for any of the 1 days. It would just like stop, and I had 1 week's notice.
sure.
going
Call the
out.
office. We're here all the time.
Okay.
We're trying to help you run your business according to the rules and regulations of the board, not outside the rules and regulations of the board. So we want to be helpful to you. But we can't help you if we don't know what's going on.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, and Detective Hernandez, did you guys show up that night as part of our normal inspection, or were there complaints?
I don't think there was a complaint that night. We might have been delivering a notice.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Delivering a notice for the licensing board. We walked in on it.
For another violation.
That wasn't the week where you delivered something. It was the week after. You've been by every
times.
week thereafter, and you've seen the same situation, but we haven't been using a DJ. Just like, you know, I've done what you guys have asked, where we have them go ahead and make a playlist.
Correct. Last week, we were there dropping off a notice and you were compliant. Matter of fact, I told you, everything looked good.
The week before too, you were at.
Week before, no, that was something else.
And that's the point, Sue. We're here to help you run the business within the rules and regulations of the board, and that's what Sergeant Gallagher and Detective Hernandez are doing when they show up. They're not trying to catch you red-handed. They're trying to make sure you're following the rules and regs, and that's what my staff is here to do, to make sure you have the proper licenses in place before you know, go ahead and put yourself out there as having a special event. Rebecca, do you have any questions?
I don't. Not related to the violation.
Anything
I have no
further?
other questions.
With that, the executive director will take this matter under advisement as well, and will issue a written decision. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Those are all the items before the division today. That will adjourn this afternoon's hearing. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.